long story. When I was working in the desert, I ran into a merchant group who had a machine core they excavated from some tomb. It was clearly from King Deshret's civilization. His technology still isn't fully understood, and Kasharawar has many different opinions on this topic. Our current theories cannot explain such mysteries. Upon seeing such a rare, complete specimen some time back, I wanted to make an automated case that could store my offloaded items. With that core, I created Mirak. It can't understand commands that are too complex, but it can serve as my assistant and help me with things like mapping and surveying. Most importantly, it can't talk, so it can't give me any attitude. Oh, yes. Thanks for helping hide the fact that I live at Alhatham's place earlier. I hope this season of my life ends soon, so I can get... Things just started going downhill at some point. Maybe it all started when my mom remarried and left for Fontaine. Or maybe it all started when I spoke to Alhatham in the library. Or maybe it's because constructing the Palace of Alcazar's burned through my funds. I'm still paying off the debt from that one. Oh, when's this going to end? Now that I think about it, it's not like any of you asked to be trapped in a ley line disruption.
Kaveh, aren't you going to look for the ley line disruption?
Yes, but I can't just leave them here. Oh, forget it. The more I think about this, the more I feel a headache coming on. I'll get time's a-wasting. I'm off.
Kaveh looks like he's conflicted. He really wants to win, but he can't ignore those he wants to help. Paimon's always felt like he's the type who easily gets him... Paimon doesn't mean this in an insulting way, but he seems like the kind of guy who'd be really easy to take advantage of. Whoa! Someone's done already! Right? Wonder who it is.
Verification complete! Congratulations on being this round's first winner, Sino.
Ooh, so Sino was the quickest!
I am from Spontamon, after all. We know a lot about ley lines.
Since the Traveler and Paimon also happen to be here, do you have anything you want to say?
Anything I want to say? The bonds of yesterday will forge the road to tomorrow. With the ties of friendship that's a line from King of Invocations, one of my favorite works. And
it might be a good thing that Tighnari...
Oh wow, it's already so late. Everyone's probably running low on food and...
Something similar happened in King of Invocations.
Any thoughts on that, Alhatham?
I have no thoughts regarding...
Milu obviously wasn't asking about that.
Deserts are much more dangerous at night, so this competition should be nearing its end. At the moment...
I wonder who the next person to find a disruptor will be.
Wait, only 3 people are left? Tighnari forfeited.
He also forfeited not long ago.
Ugh, Paimon can't understand what he's thinking at all. But, like Alhatham said, this round's almost over. Let's go see what the other contestants are doing.
Hello again. You know, it suddenly occurred to me that you guys have had to do... Really? Well, the desert's getting colder now that night's falling, and the wind can really sting your face. Has anyone...
Sino's already shut one down. Have you made any progress yet?
I circled the whole area, but I didn't. But I did have the chance to. Well, my fellow Ritaohist members must have all put my name forward for different. But be that as it may, I believe that a lot of them genuinely. And I want to live up to their expectations.
Huh? But that's...
Of course, that comes with some amount of pressure for sure. But now I've thought about it, that may not sound like a huge difference to you.
Well, that's great!
Also, I think... But the competition isn't over yet.
Wait, you're...
Good to see you too. Ooh, it's nice to be out. Well, since I'm here, I guess I should help her finish this. Let me see. Looks like she's basically got... Come with me, you two. Do you ever get the feeling that the ley lines have a regular flow? Similar to the way that celestial bodies follow fixed orbits. If we were looking down from on high, I wonder whether we'd find that the ley lines are just the reflections of the stars upon the Earth. Not all astrological phenomena can be directly observed. Some are deductions based on other details that we know. It's the same situation with the ley lines. The parts of them that are hidden underground can be identified via elemental energy, sound, and other phenomena. Plus, now that someone has shut one of the disruptors down, the contrast between before and after can provide me with further information still. Let me see. It should be here, I think. This should be it, right? I'll turn it off.
Nice work!
Again, I didn't do any of the real work. She'll probably wake up soon. No doubt she'll be a little disoriented at first, but once she's got her bearings, will you be...
Oh, time to check our locator.
Perhaps they're about to find the last disruptor. Also...
Huh? What?
Before the second round, he had a chat with the other me. He said that worries can be like illnesses. They don't always have a magic cure. But the way I see it, his situation is much worse than my other self's. Kaveh, meanwhile, knows what he wants to do. He's convinced that he has to win, and yet he still seems conflicted. He doesn't have a second personality. I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's like still, who knows? But back to...
Oh, true. Kaveh and Faruzan were super confident at the start, but it turns out they're the last... But between the two of them, who's going to get there first? Let's head over quick.
It should be around here.
Finally found it.
Kaveh? Are you?
Oh, Madame Faruzan. And here...
Faruzan! Kaveh! Oh, looks...
I didn't expect that you and I would find a disruptor at the same time.
Tainari and Hakai forfeited, while Sino and Layla... Huh? That's...
Yes. I kept digging, but instead of finding a disruptor, I found a ruin. I fell down pretty deep, and it was completely dark in there. It took me quite some time to unlock the various mechanisms and return to the surface.
That's... actually really impressive.
Finishing a week's worth of trials in such a short time. Huh. That's pretty amazing, Madame Faruzan.
What about you? Why are you so late?
I encountered a lot of lost desert foxes along the way, and I brought them to the outskirts of the competition zone. When I woke up, it was already night. I use
A most curious reason indeed. But are you sure you're all right? You said you were familiar with the desert. But the way you handle...
It was problematic, but that had nothing to do with me being a genius. The way I did things wasn't optimal, but...
Youths these days. Each stranger... But back to the main issue at hand. Since we are both very certain that this is where the final leyline disruptor is, let's dig it up. Well, this is indeed it. Of that... What is it, youngster? You seem relieved.
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that this round's fine. There shouldn't be any more innocent creatures getting wrapped up in danger. As for the points, I guess we can draw...
All right. In that case, let's all head back to Aru Village.
Let's move out.
Looks like the second round is over. I wonder who is faster, Kaveh or Madame Farazan? Huh? Where's Madame Farazan?
She went to get water. She'll be back shortly. We basically arrived at the same time, so we'd like to draw lots again.
You get caught up in some things so easily.
I'm not caught up in anything! Don't
Really? Then should I say that you have a curious...
I'll go get the box and slips of paper for the lots. Please wait a moment.
Oh, here we go again.
I got it! Did you see that?
Congratulations!
Looks like Kaveh's luck's taking a turn.
Finally!
It looks like you've been rewarded for your tribulations in the desert.
And with that, our second round is done. As for the current standings, Sino and Layla both have 4 points, putting them both in first place. The rest in descending order are Tainar. The next round will be the final one. I heard that some stalls at the Wisdom Gala are debuting new games, so feel free to...
It feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
Finally? Did something
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's Academia Extravaganza? When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is, they were, but no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks, I bet they do dirty work like kidnapping or assassinations.
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called...
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina mentioned during the opening ceremony? He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes, and...
Sounds like a rich person, all right. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently. So a lot of groups have been doing, in their words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job like this nets them enough mora to take it easy for a while.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once. Dia and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard and made some excuse to slip away.
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene. Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing? The Matra or the Corps of 30?
If Sino were here, he'd definitely get involved. Thanks a million, you two.
Not at all.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremites' reputation is gonna get even worse if... but this is Sumeru City. Candace and I don't have as much freedom to act here.
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? Wait, thinking like... Let's move out. Hey, isn't that the Matra we investigated Siraj with?
Hello, both. It's been a while. Do you have any issues to report? Someone's planning to kidnap Sachin. Goodness. The growing popularity of the extravaganza has given him quite the reputation boost as its sponsor. He's seen as one of these super rich types.
Well, since he's got a target on his back now, shouldn't you send some people to protect him?
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work, and hardly ever comes. Our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Inter-Darshan Championship is held, I will be assuming he remains committed to that promise, then he must be right here in the city somewhere. I suspect that the air...
So, they shouldn't know where Sachin is.
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Saino, don't you worry. A couple of kidnappers aren't gonna get very far in Sumerus. All of that said, if you're interested in Sachin's story, why don't... The sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety. I mean, you...
Fair point. Guess we should start searching for him too, but...
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocol, so we don't have a very detailed... I've heard that Alhaitham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is back to being the scribe again. Maybe...
Good idea! Okay, we'll head back to the Hey, Nilu?
Alhaitham? Why, what is it?
We're trying to track down someone and we need him to pull up some...
Oh, I see. Sorry, I don't know. He's always the first to leave after the competition ends, and he never tells anyone where...
Huh. Yeah, actually...
Let me think. To him, being a commentator is just extra work he was roped into. Do you guys know of any places he'd go after work?
Ooh, Paimon remembers that his house isn't that far from here. Let's move out. Let's try knocking. No answer? Maybe no one's home. Hello? Alhaitham?
Oh, it's you two?
Oh, come!
Come on in, I'll get the door for you.
We didn't hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the academia came here looking for Alhaitham, and I opened...
You're pretty conscientious about... So, what happens if someone comes inside looking...
It's fine, as long as I stay in my own room. Anyway, why would someone just barge in here looking for him?
Fair enough. So do you know where he...
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house. I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all. I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, of course. But him, being him... Oh, you wouldn't believe what he said! You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs the question of why we attach prestige to seniority at all. What does he mean, manner becoming of an upperclassman? What, am I supposed to earn the title of upperclassman now? And he didn't stop there. I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round. Frankly, it's incomprehensible to me how you've managed to make it to this age without acknowledging the proverbial elephant in the room of your life.
Yeah!
I've had it with him. Every time I talk to him, it's the same way. He finds a way to infuriate me every single time. Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible. I'm actually packing my things right now. He'll have to get used to doing... See those perfectly hung paintings on the walls? They're coming with me too. If his life wasn't...
Wait, you're moving out already? But the competition...
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early. I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy it and move my things right in. I now know what I have to do to achieve this goal. No matter what happens in the third round,
Well, we'll be rooting for you. But...
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I have serious
Oh, we didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned Farozan down when she offered to give you her...
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty other... Well, when you put it like that... Yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess...
But thinking like that all the time must make your life so exhausting. Not to mention that by helping out, you put your...
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time. Sachin? Huh. He did actually... I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them, making some notes and doodling as he went. He even suggested... Ah, this is the one.
You sure he'd be...
With taking liberties? And anyway, he did ask me if I want... He doesn't leave documents lying around.
Cool, if you say so. A lot of information. Paimon's getting a headache. So, to sum up, Sachin put the academe... He even said that if he really liked one of the contestants, he wouldn't just give them a reward, but his entire estate as well.
What? Are you serious? All of Sachin's wealth, that's more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen, I could build another Palace of Alcazar's array. Except this time, I'd make... Oh, then there's that new project in Port Ormos, of course. The bridge renovation.
Hey, snap out of it! You're getting...
You're right. First, I need to focus on...
Huh? Wait a moment. Did Alhaitham write this? It looks like he was jotting a Sachin dead or alive, unknown. Some of this stuff is just plain incomprehensible.
Let me see. Huh. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. That's a rough translation, anyway. There's another smaller line.
Wow, it's so cool that you can actually...
We worked together on a project once when we were students. The title was Decoding the Runes and Architectural Philosophy of the Ruins of King Deshret's Civilization. I had to familiarize...
Oh, interesting. So...
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great...
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can here. Yeah, he better catch those crooks. Paimon just heard that the Matra have arrested some Eremites who Let's go to the Academia and check with Araf!
Welcome to the Academy.
The daylight hours really drag on.
Welcome to the Academy.
The daylight hours really drag on.
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship.
Welcome to the Academia.
The daylight hours really drag on.
Welcome to the Academia.
Yaya Publishing House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite.
Welcome to the Academia.
The daylight hours really drag on.
daylight hours really drag on.
Welcome to the Academia.
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by
What? Why would so?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up.
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all this.
Let's move out.
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that...
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my wealth. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the Academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he had. That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't give me what's mine... Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the Academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius. No, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's... I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what diadem of knowledge. You mean that thing? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the Also, before donating it to the Academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out and when he finally did return, he was a changed person. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a...
Okay,
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for providing us with the critical information. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah! Al-Haytham's notes do...
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem,
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need to tell Karina what's going on. Karina!
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the diadem.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now? Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Deima Forest. In the 3rd round, contestants have to go into Mount Deima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stage. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to. As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it in time. I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working. Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray. Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident. that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my research. Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he, more cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention and bear witness. You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdashant Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Me? Similar to you?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless strife and slaughter. Conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. Beyond the wall of Samiel lay a completely different world from the one I knew. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep. But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's
As I thought, the contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the worthiest of individuals, my hope was that one day I would find one who could untangle the mystery.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the world.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence in pleasure, I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history, and I lament the research that I failed to complete. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them. I guess that'll be the end of that.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? Any physical
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, as the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I...
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish, but what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and it's the least I can do. And...
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been a... Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere... Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my...
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony.
Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out!
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Interdarshan Championship to a close. Finally, It gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh, to the stage to receive his award. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Sachin's estate is getting donated?
So much, Mora.
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their... Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh? I'm sure many of our audience, like myself...
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be up to one person to make a judgment on. Not him, and not me either. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So,
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TC. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This
all right, I'll take the card. But as...
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give...
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been...
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got...
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but...
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition?
I suppose... Oh, wait. Sino said he wanted the card, didn't he? And now I have it.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one,
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him.
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal! You should do it yourself!
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue.
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you want to give it to me?
What else would I do with it? I have no use for it.
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble? You don't have to...
That's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that...
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot simply... How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low.
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you?
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty, but really it's fine. I'd feel bad taking...
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've...
I don't want...
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact, let me treat you all to a meal later. Bring Tainari and Kale, too.
Well, this is what they call... Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in the academia.
Really? Well, then, sure.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What?
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Faruzan here's pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to give us some help.
I don't really see anything. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base.
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style?
Don't worry. This style is
no thanks. This is actually sounding pretty weird.
Wait. Madame Farazan's right. That style is a classic. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not all—
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always—
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things.
Of course I do. And
that's great!
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other classes in the future. I'll be the—
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan. And I'd like to learn from— I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study—
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any—
I don't quite understand what happened there, but—
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick out some—
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with— Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hakkai?
I don't know where Hakkai went. We just saw Layla not too long, but she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance—
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition. Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how they